So we're here in my demo budget, and I wanted to show you how you can use YNAB to budget for both monthly and annual subscription services. So here in my budget, I have streaming services already budgeted for $45, and I also have an entertainment budget I have about $300 available in that budget. So I'm going to use that to set up recurring expenses for both Netflix and Amazon Prime. Netflix is billed monthly and Amazon Prime is billed annually. Now, I'm going to say here as I scroll through the budget, there are some things that are not fully funded for this month. So this is not something I would recommend budgeting for if you can't fully fund things like your mortgage or your electric or your water bill. But again, this is a demo budget. I also have this budget set so that I get paid I think on Friday, and this is Wednesday of this week in this demo budget. So I will be able to cover these fake expenses, but this is a good reminder that if you can't cover those real expenses, you shouldn't do that. So this is going to come out of my personal checking account. And again, this is a demo budget, so I don't have a lot of stuff set up in here yet, but we're going to go ahead and add two different kinds of transactions. So I'm going to first add a transaction, and this one is going to repeat on a monthly basis, and this is going to go to Netflix. And since I don't have Netflix in here as a payee yet, I'm going to go ahead and create them. And this is going to be a streaming service. So I just started typing streaming there. You could also click the drop-down list here if you wanted to. So streaming services, and I could see when that was down. Let me go ahead and pull that up again. You can see exactly how much is available. So you know right there if you need to have that available. And I'm just going to do what is currently the ad-supported plan, which is $77.99 a month. So here's what's going to happen when I put this in to the budget. It's going to create a transaction for today that is in the budget, and then it's also going to create a scheduled transaction. So let's go ahead and hit save, and you'll see here is today's transaction. We'll deal with this I in a minute, but then here's that scheduled transaction. And if I click on the I have to approve it to actually fully enter it into my budget. Let's go look at what that did to the budget. When we come over here to streaming services, you'll see that $7.99 was paid out. If I click here on the activity, it'll actually pull up exactly what the activity was for this month so that I can see that. And that'll happen in any activity area that you're in. Let's go ahead and go back to our checking account, and let's add in that annual expense of the Amazon Prime. So I'm going to put in another transaction. I'm going to go ahead and do this today. This one is going to repeat yearly. Let's see. Yearly, there it is. For some reason I couldn't see that. And I'm going to do Amazon Prime. I actually like Amazon is such a challenge to spend for. I should do a whole video on how to deal with Amazon because there's a great new tool in the YNAB web app that will actually it'll take you straight to your Amazon orders page. I wish it took you to the transactions page, but it'll take you to the orders page. And because Amazon it has so many charges and so many things tied to it if you use it regularly, which unfortunately I do. So I'm going to put this in Amazon Prime. And I'm going to take this out of entertainment. Now you might say, well, Amazon Prime is a subscription service. Why aren't you taking it out of streaming? Again, with your budget, you can decide how you want to have things allocated. Amazon Prime for me really is about entertainment. I could call it shopping. I could call it a lot of different things. But one of the reasons that I would have this subscription is because I want the TV services and the music and the podcast and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and go to entertainment here. And I'm just going to enter a note, annual subscription. You don't have to enter that. I'm just entering it for the fun of it, I guess. And we're going to call it $139.99. I don't remember what it actually is, so we'll say that. All right, so there we go. And you'll see again, it entered the current transaction as well as that future transaction. And then we do have to accept the current transaction to approve it. And again, you can see that on the budget side. If we come down here to entertainment, you'll see that $139.99, and if we click on it, it'll show us what we purchased that for. So when you are adding those recurring transactions, Remember, you've got lots of different options for how they can repeat. They can be daily, weekly, every other week, twice a month, every 4 weeks, monthly, every other month, every three, every four, twice a year, yearly, and every other year. That handles most things. The one that I've heard that it doesn't handle, some states do their property taxes in like May and November, and so it's not quite 6 months. It's not quite twice a year, so you just have to do two different yearly transactions for that. You might have to think about it a little bit to get those recurring transactions, but I really do love recurring transactions, and then YNAB becomes the place where I keep track of all of those different services and bills. I hope that's helpful. If you'd like to know more information about how I can work with you with YNAB, check out the description below.